I work with leaders when things are unclear and the stakes are real. After 25 years in these types of moments, here's something worth noticing. In this video, I want to talk about why insight doesn't move organizations and why knowing is often easier than living what we already know. Most leaders aren't short on insight. They've read the books, they've attended the workshops, they've downloaded the frameworks, asked the hard questions. Many of them can articulate their organization's priorities with clarity and conviction. And yet weeks or months later, the work has not moved. The plan still sits where it was first shared. The energy from the retreat has faded. The same conversations keep circling. The same tensions resurface. People remain thoughtful, committed, and tired. It's the quiet paradox of modern leadership where we're more informed than ever and less effective than we expected to be. Not because leaders are careless or unmotivated, but because insight alone does not survive contact with reality. When clarity arrives and then disappears, there's a moment many leaders recognize instantly. The meeting where everything finally makes sense, the language sharpens, prioritized, crystallized, people nod. You can feel relief in the room. For a brief window, the future feels unmanageable again. And then Monday comes. Emails accumulate. Urgent needs interrupt the plan. Staff capacity shows its limits. Board dynamics reassert themselves. The clarity that felt solid suddenly feels fragile. Nothing dramatic happens. Nothing fails outright. The work simply stops moving. Most leaders describe this as an execution problem. We just need to follow through. We need more accountability. We need to stay focused. But beneath those expectations is a deeper truth few people name out loud. They've been here before. Insight is not the same as movement. Insight is powerful, and it can change how people see. It can reframe a situation. It can unlock understanding. But insight does not carry itself into culture. Organizations do not change because something makes sense. They change because people live differently together over time. That requires some insight alone cannot provide. It requires accompaniment. Someone staying with the work as clarity meets fatigue. Someone helping leaders notice where reality is pushing back. Someone walking alongside decisions as they're tested in real conversations and real meetings with real constraints. This is where most leadership systems quietly fail. They're designed to deliver answers, not to stay present when answers are no longer enough. Why smart leaders get stuck after agreement? Because most leadership breakdowns today don't happen because people disagree. They happen after the agreement. The board they approve the plan, the staff aligns around the priorities, the strategy's sound, and still movement stalls. Why? Because agreement creates a false sense of completion. It feels like the hard work has been done, when in truth, the hardest work is just beginning. Living clarity requires courage. It requires trade-offs. It requires saying no to good things. It requires changing habits, rhythms, and expectations that have been in place for years. Insight names what should change. Accompaniment helps people live the cost of changing. Without the clarity, slowly dissolves back into intention. Hiring guidance really is better than hiring a genius with more exhausting ideas. I work with leaders precisely at this point, not when they lack ideas, not when they need inspiration, but when they know what matters and cannot seem to move it forward. I'm not all that interested in dropping off a plan and moving on. I stay with leaders as the plan meets real people, real constraints, and real complexity. Because leadership is not lived in slide decks, lived between meetings, in the conversations where priorities collide, in the moments when capacity really does run thin. The decisions leaders make about what they will carry and what they will finally set down. This is the work that does not show up in frameworks, but determines whether frameworks matter at all. The hidden cost of unlived insight, when does insight not turn into movement? The cost is rarely immediate, right? Instead, it accumulates quietly. Teams grow skeptical without becoming cynical. Leaders carry more without naming the weight. Energy drains without a clear cause. Trust erodes slowly, not because people are dishonest, but because hope keeps getting deferred. Over time, organizations learn something dangerous. They learn not to expect change, even when clarity is present. It's not a motivation problem. It's a leadership accompaniment problem. Moving the work requires staying with it. What helps organization move is not more intelligence. It's someone willing to stay present long enough for clarity to become embodied. Someone who listens as reality speaks back. Someone who helps leaders name where the work is breaking down. Someone who helps them keep returning to the core priorities when urgency tries to take over. Someone who reminds leaders that movement happens in small, faithful steps, not dramatic gestures. This kind of guidance is not flashy. It's steady, and it's increasingly rare. And it's the thing I love to do with people like you. You're leading thoughtful people and meaningful work, and you find yourself wondering why progress feels heavier than it should. Pause there. That feeling isn't a failure of insight. It's a signal that insight alone is not enough. Good work requires guidance. Not someone to think for you, but someone willing to walk with you as you live what you already know. That's the work I help leaders do, and it's where movement begins. This names something you're already carrying. You don't have to rush past it. Let it stay with you. And when you're ready, I'm here. Book a clarity call at theacuitylab.com or subscribe to the Art of Witness newsletter over on LinkedIn to dive even deeper. I want you to know I believe in you, and I hope you do too. May your witness be your superpower. Good day.